just jump right in, don't I? Without even letting people know who I am or what I'm about. But I'm always figuring most of the people already know. But I have had new subscribers, and they might wonder, what am I about? Well, what am I about, y'all? Living by faith in the desert of Arizona, waiting for my time to go home. And I say that with two homes in mind. One is my heavenly home, and the other is my home in North Carolina / Virginia. Because if home is where your heart is, my daughters are in North Carolina and Virginia. Now, it is early on a Monday morning, and I mentioned in today's video that y'all were watching now that I had a flat tire. Well, what I have is a nail in a tire, and it is low, but it did not change for the entire weekend. It just kind of stayed the same. So Ken is meeting me at the tire shop with my new tires, and I am driving very slowly into town, 10 miles an hour. So far is my top speed, because I don't want to mess it up. My wheels, rims, I guess they call them, whatever. And let's see. Oh, y'all, guess what? Somebody suggested again about the rodent in my battery box, that to use Irish Spring. Well, I didn't have any Irish Spring soap. I bought a case, like a 6-pack or so a while back, like years ago. But those are all used up, don't smell good anymore. But you know what worked? I took my essential oils, peppermint. I put it on 3 different cotton balls, just pure strength, like 2-3 drops a piece. Going over the big ditch. And I dropped those in, and guess what? This morning, there is no rodent in my battery box. And since we're in the battery box, let me say this too. I just, one of my notifications on today's video, all I saw was the first part of it about checking the water in my batteries. Those batteries are sealed. They're no maintenance. You just keep them in there, and it's, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, and it was like 5 years ago, I upgraded. I did not get lithium, but I did get the gel, what they call the gel batteries, I think. So that's what's down in there. And the thing is, they're probably, well, they're worn down some, obviously. But here's what happens in this kind of heat. Your solar panels do not charge as efficiently. Doesn't matter how bright the sun is. Well, it does matter, because when they get too hot, it just doesn't do it. So they're a little more inefficient. So, and I am leaving those little fans on at night on high speed. So when I wake up in the morning, my batteries are kind of low, and they're too low to turn on a big 12-volt fan. Making a turn here. Oh, we're in the sun. Let me fix that. Is that better? Okay. Where was I? Running the fan. I think I'm okay. I'm just on a different, it's a whole different kind of dirt. It's very loose. And I got about a half a mile on this. But before I get to the road that takes me to the tire shop. Okay. Where was I? The batteries. And running the swamp cooler. So this morning I left about 7:30. And so I had to leave the swamp cooler on. And the batteries were just getting up a little bit. People dumping trash in the desert. That's what I saw back there. And it's not just trash. I mean, they use it like the dump. And then there are people in Dolan Springs that go around, bless their hearts, and they clean up all this mess. Every time. Shame on those who do not make the effort themselves to get to the dump. I know it's a pain. And trying to get somebody else to do it for you, there are some people in town. And honestly, if I was young and capable like I used to be 10 years ago, I would have a trash hauling service for these people. Because you got a lot of city people that are used to just having it picked up and not having to worry about it. Oh my goodness, this road is so awful. What people don't realize is that when you go down a dirt road at 35 miles an hour, it spins all your tires. And now that's why you got a washboard. And I remember one of my sons-in-law saying to me, well, I thought it was because of the rain. No, it's not. It's not the rain that does this. This is driving too fast. So it just ruins it for everybody. I understand in a hurry. But 10 miles an hour is what I'm going now, just to protect my wheels. And I still seem level, so I guess I'm okay. Okay, I will check back in after I get to the tire shop. Well, home again, jiggity jig. Oh my goodness. So, I got my tires on. I have a spare. And I have something rattling under there that I'm afraid to even find out what it is. But that's for another day because I have been gone for hours. I left the house at 7:30. It's almost 10:30 now. And then I went and run my usual errands. These tires are 10-ply tires, which Ken recommended that would be better out here. I don't know what my plies were. All I know is he keeps saying, you got different wheels. Different wheels. And two of them match and the other two match. And then my spare tire is completely different. And that's the one I had been running around on my spare tire since the last nail I got taken out. And y'all, that tire had not changed. Who knows how long I've been driving around with it like that. But it did not change the entire weekend that I fretted over it. And everything went smoothly because Ken met me at the tire shop. And then Jimmy came, his little assistant, and we hung out and talked while Jose put my tires on. And I'm not to a point yet where I'm relieved, but I'm almost there. And the reason I'm a little, now the anxiety is over, what is that rattling? Because these roads are so rough and things just jiggle loose. My tailpipe was jiggled loose again, and Ken fixed it while he was there. So when I get home, I've got a little extra payment, and wow, it is an expensive proposition to get tires on your truck, especially if you're going to get all four of them at the same time. Woo! And okay, truthfully, I am relieved. That's been hanging over my head for weeks and weeks. I went and picked up my mail, and I've got a couple of packages, and and there was no news I didn't get any other letters, so I don't anticipate going back into town for another week because it is hot out here. And I was talking to Jimmy about the heat and stuff, and she said, you know, we're in a heat wave, right? It's been like this for however long. So y'all are hearing, what you're hearing about going on down in Phoenix is happening here too. And like I've said before, my advantage is I've got a little bit of elevation, and that helps. And oh my goodness. So I guess that's it for today. That's the big adventure. We'll go home and I'll see what kind of packages I got, and I'll let you know. Oh. I love y'all.
Yeah. May the road rise to meet you, and the sun kiss your face. May there always be a miracle waiting just to bless your day. Life won't always hand you roses. Don't let it get you down. Keep your eyes on what your goal is, and your feet on solid ground. Take this with you where you go. You are love, 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 loved. You are loved, yeah, you are. You are love, love, love.